Namaste everybody, good afternoon, it's Shasta from Spiritual Pampering here in Yanchep, West Australia. Welcome into my healing room. I need to talk to you today about the I am statements and my journey so far with this. So, I am that I am. So back in April of 2017, I received this message. I am that I am. Asher Air. When God spoke to Moses out of the burning bush in Exodus 3, God said, "This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation." God equals I am, and so are you. I am. So you can, the I am decrees, I am, the one I was given is I am lovable, I am love, I am unique, and I am loved. And I knew that was I am loved by God. So that was the channel message I received. And then back in February, I was told to make the I am decrees on my Facebook page, Spiritual Pampering, posts every morning that people would wake up and they would see my post, and it's, you know, I am lovable, or I am light, or I am active, whatever I posted, you know, I am, whatever came to me, I posted. I made up, got some pictures from my holidays in Bali, and I made up 31 posts. I am decrees. Didn't think anything of it, and then I went on on my holiday to Bali, and I took one book, because I'm a swimmer, so who needs to read? I took one little book. It's called The Higher Self. Didn't think anything of it, and gets to page 37. Elizabeth Clare Prophet, Higher Self. Decrees make use of the name of God. I am that I am. When God spoke to Moses out of the burning bush, he revealed that his name is I am that I am. This is why we call the presence the I am presence. When you say I am that I am, you are affirming that God is where you are. In effect, you are saying, as God is in heaven, so God is with me right here on earth. Where I stand, God is. I am that I am. Each time you use this name, you are making as above, so below come true. And they're just very simple decrees, but you're bringing God into your presence. And when I say God, I mean Mother, Father, God, dual in all ways, you know? So the I am presence, you mean I am whole just as I am. I am presence is whole, or I am loving just as I am. Presence of loving. So it's just a simple decrees that you can memorise. So use your decrees however you like. So I just happened to notice. So I started my journey in about February of this year. My whole life's been a journey, but this particular I am decree journey started in February. So move on to April. And I woke in the middle of the night and I had a post to do about the I ams on my Facebook page. And as I did that, I was told to share it with my sister. She's in the UK. So at 2:17 in the morning, I shared it with her and she wrote back. And we haven't spoken, I don't think, since Christmas. And I decided to say, I'm working on the I am decrees. And she said, I am too. So I thought, well, what's the chance of that? Two of us were on very different paths, but we're both doing the I am decrees. And she said, I follow a guy called Peter Mount Shasta. Never heard of him, never heard of Mount Shasta. So I sort of, what's that? So there's me going down this journey of looking him up and then looking at his work. And I watched him for a while. And then I found on YouTube the Lemurian connection. And so I went on there and I was doing their morning affirmations and doing their visualizations. And then I looked in their description and there's this link to their Facebook pages. So press the link, off we go again. And when I got to their page, at the side it had Telos around the world and it had a Telos Australia. So click that button, did I? And then I found myself The 7 Sacred Flames by Aurelia Louise Jones. So I'm thinking about that book and I've ordered it, and we're talking about all the different rays that you can do the meditations on. But a lot of the prayers are all about the I am. So bringing that I am presence into your everyday life is actually super important. So I bought every book. What's the point in just buying one? So I got the prayer book. So let's do this one because there's a lovely one by Archangel Gabriel, Ascension Affirmation. And we are working through this ascension, are we not? I am a fountain of youth and eternal purity. I am the fullness of my Christ victory. I am one with the heart of God. I am the purity of love. I am the purity of the resurrection flame. I am the purity of the healing flame. I am the purity of the ascension flame. I am the purity of all my desires. I am the purity of my thoughts and feelings. I am the purity of my intention. I am the purity of all my chakras. I am the purity of love in the physical form. I am God in action in all I do. And I am the fulfilment of my ascension light. I claim my freedom and victory in the light now. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sitting in the light because it's the light that's going to help us ascend. And since I've been doing the I am decrees, the I am affirmations, I have definitely shifted in my consciousness. I don't know how it's happened, but it certainly has. So if you want to get involved, Telos is around the world, so we can have a look at Telos, the books, and it's www.telos-australia.com.au and start having a look, because one of the things Saint Germain told me about was when I need to start looking at Lemuria. And this is the revelations of Lemuria. And Saint Germain is very, very much associated with Mount Shasta. So I've been going on this dot-to-dot journey. And on the 1st of June, I got this realization that I've arrived at my destination. This is it. And in fact, one of my teachers spoke to me last week and was talking to me. And I said to him, you know, I feel that the train has pulled into the station and I have arrived. And what it is, it's Telos is the answer. So, and I'm 59, on that day I was 59 years and 91 days. It's taken me that long to arrive at my destination. But what a lovely journey, and I'm glad I'm here. The absolutely beautiful. So Mount Shasta is the one of 7 most sacred mountains on the planet. And what happened was when Lemuria was going down, they knew a few thousand years before, and what they did was they started, they went into they asked permission, and they got permission to go into Mount Shasta and start building a city of light within the mountain. And so what they did was they took images of their temples and started creating what they had in Lemuria, but in the 4-layer structure under Mount Shasta. And then what happened was Lemuria sank. Not as many people made it to Mount Shasta because it went down in the night, actually a little bit more unexpected than they thought. And so not everybody was able to make it. But the beings, the light beings that went into Mount Shasta are your fellow Lemurians. And the thing is with the people in Telos, they are still living as they were in Lemuria, and they are still there. They're still our brothers and our sisters because we only have a short lifespan, but they actually live a lot longer. So we actually know them. These are our brothers and sisters living in Telos, and they love us so much. And through the channelings of Aurelia Louise Jones, we're able to communicate with the people of Telos. So, and I was lucky or fortunate enough the other week to receive a channel message that is on YouTube from the Council of 12, the Voice of Lemuria. So Hence, I have now got a massive picture of Mount Shasta on my wall. And I am working through Telos Australia. We have an Ascension meeting every Friday. And I'm also studying on a Sunday for 7 weeks, the 7 Sacred Flames book through Aurelia Louise Jones. And so I'm learning so much. But I just sort of wanted to sort of help you find your path. And I've known about the rays anyway, and the koans of the rays for a long time, because of course I'm trained in Aurosoma. And I remember once standing in a bookshop back in 2004 looking at all the New Age books, and I got told, move across and look into these religious, and I thought, what are we in there for? You know, I've left religion behind. And I got told, you've got to look at this book, The Lost Teachings of Jesus. And I'm like, really? But it's interesting because it's nothing about what you think it's going to be about. It's all about the Koans, the rays. It's going to be about Lord Serapis Bey, El More, Lord Sananda, Lady Nada, all the ascended masters that I know about through Aurosoma are actually in the book. So again, it's Elizabeth Clare Prophet, and I've spoken about her before. I've had a past life with her. We were both at the tomb of Jesus on the day of the resurrection. I know her as Martha, and I was Martha, but I was a younger 16, 17-year-old, and I was very close to Mary Magdalene, who in fact is Lady Nada. So have a look at Telos Australia. Look at your I am statements and start stepping into your own true light. You're here on this planet at this time. It is so important that we all wake up and remember what we came here to do. I was one of the high priestesses that helped Lemuria take their energy as it sank. And as we all stood there, we actually all sang what's known today as Old Land's Eye, which is means land before time, you know, so it goes back to Lemuria. So, and the other thing was funny because I actually was talking to my teacher the other day, and when I said to him, you know, I feel it, you know, I can't even listen to Old Lang Syne without crying. I thought when I was young that happened. I don't know, I was going through some hormonal thing and I used to run upstairs. I could not listen to Old Lang Syne. And then when I read that about how that happened, I just realised I must have been one of those priestesses that helped, you know, Lemuria and stabilised as we went down. So, interestingly enough though, when he was talking to me about, because I'm a bit of a swimmer but I can't put my head under the water, it's just an absolute fear I have, and yet I swim, you know, easy 90, 100 laps every time I go to the pool. So I was thinking, I said to him, oh, well, I've got to get past my fear of the Titanic because I know I've had a past life on the Titanic. And he said that he had too. He was on the Titanic. And they, as the last song that they sang as the Titanic went down, they played the song Auld Lang Syne. So again, it's that vibration. So it's just all interesting, isn't it? So I think we should just finish with the invocation to the light, because this is my job as your guide through this is to bring you into the light. So the invocation to the light. I live within the light. I love within the light. I laugh within the light. I am sustained and nourished by the light. I joyously serve the light. For I am light. I am light. I am light. I am that I am in all that I do. Excuse me 1 second. So, keep your I am statements going. Connect to source, because the divine spark, the essence of who you are, sits in your heart. That connects you to your higher self, your I am presence, which is God, direct to the central sun. Then you've got direct contact, you know, just go straight to the top. Yes? So I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, you can always contact me at Spiritual Pampering. So, with love from my heart to yours. It's that awakening of the Lemurian. When we ascend into the 5th dimension, it's like going home. It will be Lemuria. It's utopia. It's paradise on earth. It's all that you remember. So let's have a look along the way. Find your Telos. Wherever you are in the world, there is a Telos organisation. And just remember your path, because you are, if you're getting your 111s, you are Lemurian. So may God bless you and keep you safe. Until next time, I'm Claire Sharp at Spiritual Pampering. Goodbye, everybody.